Hello everyone, today is Friday, October 11th, 2019. It is the weekly news update with my favorite co-host, sorry everyone else, Corbin Fraser.
Yeah, back again.
What do we got?
We got a lot of stuff on the go. Latest stuff on the Bitcoin Cash world. Lottery.Bitcoin.com and Bravio partnership, which was recently announced. PayPal decided to pick up and leave this whole Facebook LIBRA project. BCH passes ETH in value sent on chain. Bitcoin Cash November 15 upgrade to add new features. This one's pretty cool. John McAfee announces decentralized exchange. BCH is presented to 200 Venezuelan taxi drivers, and double spend proofs added to Flowy the Hub.
So first one on the list, lottery.bitcoin.com has been announced. We've partnered with a Canadian gaming giant, established company called Bravio Technologies, to develop a wide variety of games and anonymous Bitcoin Cash lotteries. Bravio will also give Bitcoin Cash users access to traditional lotteries. That's right, you're going to be able to buy traditional state-run lottery tickets and that sort of thing using Bitcoin Cash at lottery.bitcoin.com.
Yeah, the Bravio guys were explaining that to us around the office here, and I just thought it was amazing that we can you can go online, participate in these massively popular lotteries that are being run
like Powerballs and things like that, right?
And you can use Bitcoin Cash to actually participate in this. It sounds like an awesome opportunity if you like those if you like to roll the dice a little bit and have a little fun and plan your future home.
And as always, the lotteries we host on Bitcoin.com will be completely transparent and secure, leveraging the public nature of the Bitcoin Cash blockchain while still allowing users to maintain their privacy when playing and withdrawing funds. Actually, speaking of privacy, you have anything to add about that, or are we a week too early? Or?
We, you know what, we might as well talk about it. Yeah, so we've internally been playing around with the cash shuffle version of the Bitcoin.com wallet. As I think we mentioned this on the last video, but please send me an email if you want to join our little internal test flight group.
External, right?
And we're opening it up, yeah. So we're going to let everyone start participating with Cash Shuffle using the Bitcoin.com wallet. Huge shout out to Always and On and the hardworking Cash Shuffle group that actually made this all happen. It's been a very long process to get it out, but we're in the final leg of it, and we're aiming to have it all ready for everyone to start downloading and playing with. The goal is eventually to have it available for Mac.
Turned on by default for everyone all the time. Private transactions on Bitcoin Cash for every Bitcoin.com wallet user.
It's going to be huge. Yeah, it's going to be very exciting. So stay tuned for that. We'll hopefully be, I'm sure Roger will end up sharing it on Reddit as well. Yeah.
What will I ever?
So we should go into the next one here. PayPal leaves the LIBRA Association. So
I kind of feel like that's non-news because like Libra's not out yet.
Yeah, I mean, how do you leave an association for a coin that doesn't exist? Okay.
Anyhow, like we wish, the more competition in the market, the better. We wish them good luck.
What is Libra, I guess, for normal people who are just not, not in the loop?
Facebook and an association of other companies were looking at making their own cryptocurrency. They wanted to use Bitcoin, but due to the stupid scaling issue by a bunch of economically ignorant software developers, Bitcoin was not an option for them, so they decided to roll their own.
Yeah.
Bitcoin Cash is an option, guys. Take a look at PayPal.
Yeah.
So we're happy to help you here at Bitcoin.com. We will gladly partner with PayPal to bring Bitcoin Cash adoption around the world. So just like we've already done with HTC, and just like we're already working with a number of others that we haven't announced publicly yet, but more household names are going to be announced here soon. That,
I think the only thing that's interesting about this whole story is that what we're seeing is the difference between a permissionless blockchain that's released versus this one that apparently is being held up by Congress, and they're dragging Mark Zuckerberg in front to say like
better him than me.
Yeah. So it is kind of an interesting story to follow, but I think if you're interested in using peer-to-peer cash, come check out Bitcoin Cash.
Apparently they're calling Mark Zuckerberg back again on October 23rd to discuss Facebook's plans for cryptocurrency. So hey, Facebook, why don't you just use Bitcoin Cash and you can let Bitcoin.com take the heat for you. Bitcoin Cash, it's our news article. Like, I feel like sometimes the headlines aren't quite right. It says Bitcoin Cash currently outpacing ETH in value moves per day. That's been the case for months and months and months. More value is transmitted on the Bitcoin Cash blockchain every single day than any other blockchain in the entire world other than BTC. But I think we're going to change that at some point too. There's just so much happening and so much adoption happening with Bitcoin Cash.
Yeah, so. Huge spike in daily transaction volume, and I mean what we're
seeing. I don't
seeing.
think it's a spike. It's been going on for a long, long time.
It's just
right?
like
it's been gradually increasing month after month after month. So
I think actually, maybe we should mention where you were just over the last week, since this is kind of on
Not
topic.
just last week. I got back about half an hour ago from DEF CON in Osaka. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. How was the whole the ETH gang? How's everyone over there?
Fantastic. So a bunch of old school Bitcoiners. So many of the developers there were people that were into Bitcoin originally. Saw the stupid scaling civil war, and they said, "I'm out of here. I'm going to Bitcoin. Or, I'm sorry, going to Ethereum." And so they all, of course, loved Bitcoin Cash. Set up a bunch of Bitcoin Cash wallets. I feel bad. I don't remember the guy's name, but he helped me set up my first DAI contract and convert Ethereum and lock it into a DAI contract there as well. So thank you to whatever your name was. Sorry, I don't
Would you
remember.
say like a lot of the guys at the ETH conference, were they primarily like old schoolers, or was there a lot of new guys coming into this?
There's both, but anybody that's an old schooler, they're like, thank you so much for what you've done, Roger. Thank you for Bitcoin Cash is the real Bitcoin. Keep going. Like we love you and we support you, and they're all giant fans of Bitcoin Cash there. There wasn't a single. Of course, there's not a single Bitcoin maximalist there, right? Like they don't go to Ethereum conferences, and without any doubt, Ethereum has the biggest, most passionate developer community in the world.
I think this is where Bitcoin Cash can really learn a lot, is to foster that creativity, allow people to just create anything, whatever you want, you can. It's just money, use it to your heart's content, build new businesses, build ideas, try out some of these new tokens. Did any of the ETH developers, had any of them kind of started looking into the SLP side of stuff yet? Or
a bunch of them have now, because I set them up. I helped them make their own token. I sent the tokens out to everybody, and then I did an on-chain anonymous dividend payment to them.
No kidding.
Using our dividend tool. Like all of them were just like, oh my God, this is amazing.
And it's not overly complicated. So I mean,
it's easy to understand. It's easy to use. It's easy for Bitcoin Cash is for everyone. So there's lots of additional Bitcoin Cash fans that just came out of the DevCon conference, and I'm a bigger fan of Ethereum than I was even before. There's just so much happening over there.
Great.
It's really, really fantastic.
And if you're an ETH developer, feel free to come check out developer.bitcoin.com. There's a lot of tools there. You can, go take Bitcoin Cash for a spin. We welcome everyone.
Developer.bitcoin.com. So, speaking of useful things, the Bitcoin Cash network is having another upgrade here on November 15th, coming very soon. Right, it's about a month from now.
About a month and a bit.
In the Bitcoin Cash, they have it twice per year. So every May 15th and November 15th. Two new features are being added in this one, which is the Schnorr signature support for multiple input transactions, or signature aggregation for Schnorr, which basically after this latest update, like all this stuff you hear people like bragging about Lightning Network stuff, which I think is still like vaporware, just 2 weeks ago? Lightning Labs publicly said on their Twitter, do not use Lightning Network for more money than you're willing to lose. And I heard at DEF CON too that there's another serious bug in Lightning that they'll disclose after they've fixed it and released the patch. But another one, and the one just like 2 weeks ago, for those that didn't hear, basically if you have a Lightning node and I have a Lightning node and I want to open a channel to your Lightning node and said, hey, I'm depositing these Bitcoin into our Lightning channel, and your node says, okay, great, now we can trade, like let's say I say, here's 10 Bitcoins I'm depositing in our channel. You say, great, let's trade it. Your node doesn't even bother to check if those Bitcoins even exist on chain. So you can deposit non-existing Bitcoins into...
Sounds a lot like inflation.
Sounds a lot like a mess.
Just a bit of a mess. I mean, this is why I think the whole idea of on-chain transactions and having that immutability of ensuring that where all your coins are coming from, and they all you can all trace them back to the Genesis block.
And that's not to say we hate Lightning. We don't hate layer 2 solutions at all, but they have to work. And today it's like a pre-alpha product. And don't take my word for it. Go directly to the Lightning Labs developers, the people creating the project themselves.
Telling you not to use it.
They said so on Twitter like 10 days ago, 2 weeks ago. Very recently said don't use it. It's not ready yet. So.
I have never seen Visa or MasterCard or PayPal say don't use this. Don't stop using it.
Because Visa works great all the time and it's ready for mass adoption. Lightning is not. So someday, hopefully it will be. And when it is, it'll work better, faster, cheaper, and more reliably on top of Bitcoin Cash.
So maybe you could explain it like I'm 5 for our users, but why is Bitcoin Cash doing these regular upgrades? What's the goal of, why do upgrades versus just kind of try these user-activated soft forks and goofy things like that?
I like Vitalik's argument the best, is that a hard fork is voluntary. You choose whether or not you want to follow the fork or not, whereas a soft fork is coercive. It forces everybody to come along. And so like a hard fork, here's an example of a hard fork, right? If you raise the driving age limit from 16 to 70, and now nobody that's less than 70 years old gets to drive, that's a hard fork, right? Nobody thinks, I'm sorry, that's a soft fork.
Okay, yeah.
Right? Nobody thinks that that's a good idea. But if you lower the driving age limit from 70 to 16, that's a soft fork. Like
Right.
that seems a lot more reasonable. So because more people get to participate than before.
Yeah.
So anyhow, it's a whole other giant mess. Why are they doing it? Because we want to make the best darn peer-to-peer electronic cash for the world we possibly can.
Yeah, I think, if you're interested in kind of why Bitcoin Cash is always trying to scale and why we're adding these new features in and improving things for mass adoption, I would recommend checking out the Twitter account Bitcoin Cash. They post all of the developer videos where they're kind of meeting up with everyone from BU, ABC, BCHD, Flowy the Hub. All of these guys are kind of meeting up and just kind of chatting about what's going to be included in the next hard fork, and what's safe, what's been reviewed, and ensuring that the goal here is peer-to-peer cash for the world, and that does require some regular updates. And I think stagnating and waiting for moon Lambos, this isn't how you grow adoption. And
here's how you grow adoption, though. John McAfee has revealed his decentralized token exchange. McAfee's token exchange named McAfee DEX will not require your name. It will not require your email. It will not require your bank info or any other documents to use. The beta version of the exchange will initially support all ERC20 tokens. McAfee claims that nothing on the exchange will be monitored, recorded, or restricted. So good for you, John McAfee.
He's an old school libertarian, isn't he? Is he still running for president?
We can hope.
Yeah,
so.
He's an interesting guy. Actually, if you haven't checked out the video with Roger interviewing John McAfee, you should go check that out.
Yeah,
I think that was
on
the cruise ship a year and a bit ago. Very interesting conversation.
Yep. So looking forward to seeing more stuff like that happening on the Bitcoin Cash chain with SLP tokens as well. You can already do basically the same sort of thing with Bitcoin Cash with fiat currency at local.bitcoin.com. Trade Bitcoin Cash with anyone, anywhere. No KYC, no AML, no limits, no monitoring, no spying. Local.bitcoin.com.
And if you're a big fan of the whole token economy, when everything that's kind of being built around Bitcoin Cash, go check out memo.cash. They've got an interesting little token listing as well there, where you can list your tokens for sale. And yes, basically people can pick them up for some BCH, and you can sell any token that's tied to anything you want. Of course, you can also use some interesting tools like the SLP dividend creator to send out some BCH to anyone holding that.
That's going to be so popular. I think people don't appreciate how big a deal those dividend payments are yet.
Yeah. So speaking of other kind of big adoption things, what we've got here is Bitcoin Cash being presented to a bunch of Venezuelan taxi drivers. So Bitcoin Cash supporter Oscar Salez showed his audience of over 200 taxi drivers the benefits of Bitcoin Cash in an effort to grow adoption in the area. Local.bitcoin.com, SideShift AI, and CoinEx were also highlighted in the presentation. You can visit venezuela.bitcoin.com to get involved with growing Bitcoin Cash merchant adoption in places like Caracas and Maracaibo. I'm sure I pronounced that last one wrong. But yeah, great work, Oscar.
Thank you, Oscar.
Yeah, he came to the office once, and super nice fella. Next up, we've got double spend proofs added to Flowy the Hub. So double spend proofs have the potential to make zero confirmation transactions even more secure than they already are today. If implemented by even a relatively small number of the Bitcoin Cash network, a merchant could know within several seconds whether a conflicting transaction has been broadcasted simultaneously to the network, and then take whatever action they think is appropriate.
So basically making zero conf even safer on Bitcoin Cash. So
yeah.
Fast, cheap, reliable transactions, that's what we want, and that's what we're making.
Yeah.
So speaking of fast, cheap, reliable transactions, the Bitcoin Unlimited blog says they are increasing the limit on chained mempool transactions to 500.
Wow.
And they've included a brief history of where that limit came from originally, and the hint is, it was a solution to a problem that was caused by a solution to a different problem that was caused by a problem that was created by the block size limit that hasn't been raised on BTC. So it's leftover nonsense from those economically ignorant Bitcoin core developers. Bitcoin Unlimited is now undoing the damage they've caused and raised the unchained transaction limit to 500 transactions. So what that means for layman terms, you can send your Bitcoin Cash to someone who can send it to someone who can send it to someone to 500 people long before the next block is found.
Huge.
And if you get to 500 transactions within one block, and a block is about every 10 minutes on average, then you'll have to wait with that input for another block to be found. But that's probably
seems unlikely.
That's
you
about
should be all right.
one transaction a second almost.
Yeah.
For an entire 10-minute period. So I think that should be fine for that. So that's good news. Great work to the guys at Bitcoin Unlimited. We really like and appreciate your work over there. Some other news that I have here. The the petition to release Ross Ulbricht from federal prison, the creator of the Silk Road, has reached 200,000 signatures.
Wow.
I'd like to urge everybody to go on over there and sign that. We've been a big supporter of anybody that supports people's right to engage in peaceful trade with other people. The Silk Road was a big promoter of that, so that's why I like and support that as well. I hate to even give airtime to people that have no idea what they're talking about, but he wrote a book called The Bitcoin Standard. It's not the Bitcoin Standard. Safety and Amos. There's an interview with him where you can see him in a debate basically talking about how Bitcoin's only supposed to be used for interbank settlement. It was never supposed to be used as cash for person to person. Like, he claims to be an Austrian economist, but I think he's never read any of the primary texts, because what he's saying is in direct contradiction to Mises or Rothbard or Carl Menger. Like, where did this guy come from? He came out of the blue, wrote a book, and then he's doing all sorts of interviews to all these people and saying stuff that's the exact opposite of what the primary texts have to say on the subject, and advocating that Bitcoin's only supposed to be used for interbank settlements, not for people to use as peer-to-peer cash and for buying coffee and payments and that sort of thing. So
certainly hasn't read the white paper. Yeah.
Or if he has, he didn't care.
Yeah.
So,
You got to wonder where some of these actors are coming from. I mean, are they actual actors, or are they actually trying to spread some sort of propaganda?
At DevCon yesterday, and I don't know his name or remember his name, but a real tall guy, old school Bitcoiner, he said he's been involved since 2013, and he watched everything that happened with Bitcoin, the scaling debate. And he asked me, he said, do you really think that these people are that stupid, or do you think it was a government attack on Bitcoin? And I told him, I said, I hope that they're just a bunch of like useful idiots and economically ignorant fools, and not malicious actors intentionally, but like, stranger things have happened. And he said, because like, for him, he seemed to think that that was the more likely outcome, is that this was an intentional attack. Because it just came out the other day, Catherine Hahn, who's now on the board of like some investment company, she was the former federal prosecutor, was prosecuting all sorts of people in the space. But she said in an interview with Forbes a day or two ago, the first time she heard about Bitcoin as a federal prosecutor was when her boss told her, I want you to shut down Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Right? So her assignment was to shut down Bitcoin. And if you look at it, they haven't shut down Bitcoin completely, but they've delayed the adoption of cryptocurrency by like half a decade now because of this stupid scaling civil war and block size limit. So,
well, I mean, that's the scary thing, is like propaganda. It works. It works.
It's sad how well.
Yeah, it's really kind of shocking. But it works really well. And I mean, any project, a decentralized project, that, the best way to completely ruin it is to throw in a bunch of bad actors. It's driving divisiveness within communities. It's, finding these, weak points and then just pressing them. And I think that's what you see with...
They've done it.
Yeah.
Right? I look at how far cryptocurrency adoption's been delayed because of it. So, anyhow, on to some fun news. Realmx, after months and months of development and preparation, the video game Realmx is now officially released on the Bitcoin Cash blockchain. Have you read about this already?
I've read about it. I didn't realize it was launched. That's huge.
So it just launched. So you can visit it at realm10.com. So realm 10, but numerals 10, realm10.com. And play, and then all the in-game items, I believe, are SLP tokens.
Awesome. I'm going to go.
Game, so you can
I got something to do on the train now.
There you do, So another fun thing, so you can now spend Bitcoin Cash at thousands of physical shops in Hong Kong and in Singapore, thanks to Alchemy GPS, right? Which is on Twitter, you can follow them at Alchemy GPS. Thousands of locations are now accepting Bitcoin Cash with their merchant app, and next they're focusing on onboarding businesses in the Dubai Mall as well.
Wow.
So good job to those guys. We've been working with them or talking with them directly here at Bitcoin.com. I think we have lots more stuff, good news coming from those guys. So fantastic job. You can visit their website at alchemytech.io and follow them there. So thank you to the guys at Alchemy. And in fact, their very top tweet is a picture showing our Bitcoin Cash wallet being used to pay at one of their terminals there. So thanks guys at Alchemy, and QF Pay as well. So
a little Q&A before you sign off, because I know you're ready to get going and fight the rest of that cold. You were at DevCon. What was the highlight? What any cool projects you saw that you think, man, that's something we should be doing over here on the Bitcoin Cash side of things as well?
I think the thing that had me the most excited was just the amount of passion and excitement in the room. Like there were thousands of people there, so excited and passionate. Yeah. And they were nice. If I got to give a talk at DevCon, and I just found out that maybe my talk wasn't supposed to be recorded or filmed. Like, I hope someone out there did film and record it. I think I did a good job, if I say so myself, and I'm sure the audience there appreciated it as well. It was really a fantastic time, and it was fantastic to see just how many people there are that are out there that are passionate about bringing peer-to-peer permissionless systems to the world, where people don't need to ask permission from strangers living in some far-off city that they've never met and don't understand anything about what we're working on. So anyhow, thank you to the Ethereum community. You guys are fantastic, and I'm glad to be a small part of that as well.
We should maybe do one shout out for the shirt you're wearing.
Oh yeah, how did I forget that?
Yeah.
So one of my other favorite highlights, I got to spend a little bit of time with some of the Open Bazaar guys. So Brian Hoffman was there, and Washington Sanchez, who looks totally different in person from his Twitter profile photo. Anyhow, got to chat with both of them. I got my free Haven t-shirt from them. If you don't have the Haven app already, go and get it. I think it's havenapp.something.
Yeah.
We'll put the link in the description.
It's on the
below.
Google Play Store and everything.
Actually, I think it's right here.
Yeah, gethaven.app.
Gethaven.app, that's it. So anyhow, you can buy or sell anything with Bitcoin Cash anywhere in the world. If you have a product to offer, go and list it on there. If you have a product you want to buy, go and shop for it on there with Bitcoin Cash.
It's a super friendly little UI. I mean, you've got messaging as well on there. You can do multiple currencies. Of course, Bitcoin Cash is right at the top of the list there, which is great to see.
Yep.
Super interesting
Anyhow,
project.
I've been a fan of the Open Bazaar guys since 2012 or 13 or whenever they launched. So anyhow, thank you guys. Hope to see you all the next time, I guess.
Yeah.
So,
Next time.
And thanks for the shirt.
Cool. See you guys.